Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Saira Mujtaba with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces setting up of 12 modern biofuel refineries across countries. Says government to soon promote CNG vehicles in villages. Parliament adjourns in a day after monsoon session. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan describes the session as productive and satisfactory. Rajya Sabha defers discussion on Triple Talaq Bill. Parliament approves Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Second Amendment Bill 2018, making home buyers financial creditors. Centre assures all possible assistance to flood-affected Kerala. Met Department predicts more rain for 48 hours. Supreme Court expresses serious concern over recent cases of sexual abuse at shelter homes in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Pakistan's Prime Minister-in-waiting Imran Khan tenders apology for violating poll law, which paves way for his swearing-in. And Indian shuttlers Ajay Jairam and Mithun Manjunath enter men's singles semi-final of Vietnam Open Badminton. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that 12 modern biofuel refineries worth 10,000 crore rupees will be established across the country. This will provide employment to nearly 150,000 youths. He was addressing an event on the occasion of World Biofuel Day 2018 in New Delhi. Mr. Modi said that biofuel can bring revolutionary changes in the lives of the farmers and that the government is making huge investment towards converting biomass into biofuel. He said biofuel will play a bridge between environment and economic development. Mr. Modi said all agricultural waste and discard can be used for ethanol production, thus reducing farm wastage.
बायोफ्यूल से सिर्फ गन्ना किसानों को तो एक विकल्प मिलेगा ही, किसान को फायदा होने वाला। फसल छोटा हो, टूटा फूटा हो, दाना कम हो, रंग ठीक न हो, ये सारी चीजें इथेनॉल बनाने के लिए काम आती है। और अगर इसमें हम योजनाबद्ध रीति से जब पूर्णता को प्राप्त करेंगे तो आप विश्वास कर सकते हैं ऐसे में किसानों की फसल का एक भी दाना व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगा।
The Prime Minister also said that the government is trying to reduce dependence on CNG import and soon it will promote CNG vehicles in villages. Both the Houses of Parliament were adjourned sine die today. The monsoon session had begun on 18th of last month. In her valedictory remarks, Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan described the monsoon session as productive and satisfactory. She said during the session, the Lok Sabha passed 21 bills, including the legislations related to granting the National Commission for Backward Classes a status of a constitutional authority, Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill, National Sports University Bill, and the SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Amendment Bill. The Speaker said the House sat around 21 hours extra to discuss issues related to public concern and passage of bills.
यह सत्र हाल ही के पिछले 2 सत्रों अर्थात बजट 2017 का सत्र, उसका दूसरा भाग एवं 2017 का मानसून सत्र की तुलना में यह सत्र ज्यादा प्रोडक्टिव एवं संतोषजनक रहा है.
In his remarks on the conclusion of the monsoon session of the House, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu said, with productivity of more than 74%, this session proved to be about 3 times more productive than the last budget session, whose productivity was only about 25%. He said during this session, the members could collectively address a range of issues with far-reaching implications. These include positioning the cause of social justice on a higher pedestal by conferring constitutional status on the National Commission for Backward Classes and restoring the original statutory position in respect of prevention of atrocities against scheduled castes and scheduled tribes by addressing judicial impediments. Earlier, the Rajya Sabha today decided to defer the discussion on the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill 2017. As soon as the House met post-lunch, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu announced that the discussion on the Triple Talaq Bill will not take place because of differences among political parties.
बिल के बारे में जो पहले लिस्टेड था वो ट्रिपल तलाक बिल, वो बिल अभी नहीं ले रहे, कारण के आपस में एकमत नहीं हो पाया.
We have a report from our correspondent.
During the session, the Lok Sabha passed 21 bills and the Rajya Sabha passed 14 bills. Important legislations including the SCs and STs Prevention of Atrocities Amendment Bill, Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill and the Criminal Law Amendment Bill were passed during the session in Parliament. The productivity of the Lok Sabha was 118% and that of Rajya Sabha was 68%. During the session, a motion of no confidence moved by the opposition in the Lok Sabha was also defeated. Election to the office of Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha was also held, in which NDA candidate Harivansh was elected. Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
Parliament has passed the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Second Amendment Bill 2018, with the Rajya Sabha approving it today. The Lok Sabha had passed it earlier. The bill seeks to clarify that allottees under a real estate project should be treated as financial creditors. As per the bill, home buyers will get due representation in the Committee of Creditors that takes a call on resolution proposals, making them an integral part of the decision-making process. The bill allows the withdrawal of a resolution application submitted to the National Company Law Tribunal under the Code. This decision can be taken with the approval of 90% of the Committee of Creditors. The Lok Sabha passed the Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Bill 2018. It will amend the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. The bill seeks to establish an independent body called the Arbitration Council of India for the promotion of arbitration, mediation, conciliation and other alternative dispute redressal mechanisms. Replying to a debate on the bill, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said, the legislation provides for time-bound settlement of disputes as well as accountability of the arbitrator. BJP President Amit Shah today said agricultural growth is the core focus of the NDA government and it has taken steps for it. Launching a book titled Blueprint for an Economic Miracle, authored by Pradeep Gupta in New Delhi today, Mr. Shah said agricultural boost is paramount for economic transformation. He said agricultural schemes dating back to the Congress regime are still pending and NDA has reinitiated 184 schemes. Mr. Shah said 12 crore people have been given employment opportunities through Mudra, Skill India and other schemes. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. The centre is ready to give all possible assistance to Kerala in the wake of unprecedented rainfall and floods. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and offered him all possible help in this regard. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said he had discussed the situation arising due to floods in various parts of the state. He added that the nation stands shoulder to shoulder with the people of the state. Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh will visit Kerala on Sunday. Earlier today, he spoke to Mr. Vijayan and assured all possible assistance. In a tweet, Mr. Singh said the centre has been closely monitoring the situation in Kerala. Meanwhile, our correspondent reports that death toll due to rain and landslides has reached 29 as 25 people lost their lives in landslides and 4 in flash floods.
As per latest reports, more than 53,000 people have been shifted to 439 relief camps set up in the rain-affected districts. As many as 71 houses are fully destroyed, with no respite to heavy rain. Red alerts have been issued in 7 districts. With the opening of all the 5 floodgates of the Idukki Dam, water is rushing down the Periyar River, causing huge loss to crops and properties. Around 200 families who live on the side of the river have already been evacuated, and State Chief Secretary said 6,500 more families need to be evacuated. Meanwhile, the rescue operation by Army to save the tourists trapped in a resort in Munnar has been progressing successfully. Met Department predicted heavy rain to continue in the state for another 48 hours. This is Shamila for AER News from Thiruvananthapuram.
The Supreme Court today expressed serious concern over recent cases of rape and sexual abuse of girls at shelter homes in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. The court's observation came while hearing a matter relating to sexual abuse of children at orphanages. A bench of Justices Madan B. Lokur, S. Abdul Nazir and Deepak Gupta, while referring to the recent incident at Pratapgarh in Uttar Pradesh, where 26 women have been reported to be missing from shelter homes, asked when these horrific incidents will stop. The Apex Court on May 5 last year had passed a slew of directions, including setting up of a database of children living in orphanages and childcare institutions to ensure their safety and welfare. The court has posted the matter for hearing on 21st of this month. In Assam, forms for claims, objections and corrections of the draft National Register of Citizens have been made available at the NRC Seva Kendra from today. The forms can also be downloaded from www.nrcassam.nic.in. The submission and receipt of claims, objections and corrections forms will be held between 30th of August and 28th of September. Nearly 40 lakh names have not appeared in the complete NRC draft. Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana comes under Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Suraksha Bima Yojana and is offered and administered through both public and private sector insurance companies in a tie-up with scheduled commercial banks, regional rural banks and cooperative banks. Here is a ground report on it from our Dharwad correspondent.
Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana launched in 2015 and is successfully implemented in Dharwad district. Shri S.R. Kulkarni, Senior Branch Manager, LIC Dharwad, explained in detail about the implementation of the scheme.
Death claim will be paid in the both type of death, either the natural and as well as accidental. The amount of 2 lakh rupees will be paid to the nominee. Since June 2015, we have settled around 1,500 death claims. There we could able to pay around 30 crores of claim amount.
Suman Kadam of Dharwad district had taken Jeevan Suraksha policy 2 years back and she got the benefit of 2 lakh rupees after her husband's death.
मैंने 2 बरस पहले जीवन सुरक्षा इंश्योरेंस करवाए थे और मेरे पति के गुजरने के बाद बैंक में डॉक्यूमेंट देने के बाद 2-3 महीने में 2 लाख रुपए मेरे अकाउंट में जमा हुए.
Similarly, Anita Hiremat from Savdatti Taluk of Belagavi district explains how the Jeevan Suraksha policy taken by her husband helped her after his death.
मेरा पति का प्रधानमंत्री सुरक्षा योजना से 330 रुपए का पॉलिसी करवाया था. मेरे पति का देहांत के बाद हम ऑफिस को सभी डॉक्यूमेंट्स दिए थे. इसके वजह से 2 लाख रुपए क्लेम हुआ. मैं ये रकम को मेरे बच्चों को पढ़ाई करने के लिए खर्च किया.
Pradhanamantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana is a pure term insurance policy which covers only mortality with no investment component. Arati Devashikhamani reporting from AIR Dharwad.
External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj today met Foreign Minister of Swiss Federation, Ignacio Cassis, in New Delhi. The two leaders reviewed the entire spectrum of the relationship at the delegation-level talks. Discussion was held on trade and investment, financial and tax matters, vocational education and training, tourism and consular matters. Both countries are celebrating the 70th anniversary of the signing of the Treaty of Friendship. Pakistan's Prime Minister-in-waiting Imran Khan today tendered a written apology for violating the secrecy of the ballot, prompting the Election Commission to withdraw its notice to him, paving the way for his swearing-in next week. Dawn News reported the Election Commission of Pakistan, in a 3-1 vote, accepted the apology submitted by the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairperson. It also ordered the issuance of notification for his victory in Islamabad's NA53 constituency, where he stamped the ballot paper publicly instead of going behind the voting screen. After hitting a record high at 38,000 mark yesterday, Sensex today slipped below the mark. It fell 155 points to 37,869. Nifty 50 also dropped 41 points to 11,430. And in sports, Ajay Jairam and Mithun Manjunath progressed to the men's singles semi-finals of the Vietnam Open Super Tour 100 badminton tournament. In Ho Chi Minh City today, former world number 13 Jairam dished out a spirited performance to outwit Canada's Sheng Xiaotang 26-24, 21-17 in a thrilling contest. The 30-year-old Indian will next face 7-seeded Japanese Yu Igarashi tomorrow. In another match, young shuttler Mithun saw off China's Zhou Zeki 17-21, 21-19, 21-11. The 20-year-old will square off against Indonesia's Cesar Hiren Rustavito. India were reeling at 15 for 3 at tea on day 2 of the second cricket test at Lord's. After a complete washout on day 1, England skipper Joe Root won the toss on the second day, putting India into bat in overcast conditions. Fast bowler James Anderson took the wickets of Murali Vijay for a duck and KL Rahul for 8 runs. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces setting up of 12 modern biofuel refineries across countries, says government to soon promote CNG vehicles in villages. Parliament adjourns in a day after monsoon session. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan describes the session as productive and satisfactory. Rajya Sabha defers discussion on Triple Talaq Bill. Parliament approves Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Second Amendment Bill 2018, making home buyers financial creditors. Centre assures all possible assistance to flood-affected Kerala. Met Department predicts more rain for 48 hours. Supreme Court expresses serious concern over recent cases of sexual abuse at shelter homes in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Pakistan's Prime Minister-in-waiting Imran Khan tenders apology for violating poll law, which paves way for his swearing in. And Indian shuttlers Ajay Jairam and Mithun Manjunath enter men's singles semi-final of Vietnam Open Badminton. And that's all in the news at 9. Good night.